Hello, guys, welcome back to True Amazing Podcast. I'm your host, Alicia, and today we will talk about how to grow a newsletter without a website. I have so many questions right now that people tell me how I grow my newsletter without to have the website because my website just have 10 days, and I have another website is in French that I do the same thing here because you can hear if you are new, I am French with my accent. But before to have that, since since December, I grow my email list without to have a website. And I want to tell you all the tricks that I did in order to grow my email list without to have a website because you don't need to have a website, but you need to have an email list. Because when you have your newsletter, when you have your email list, I can guarantee you will sell so much faster than just selling on story on Instagram or just posting video on TikTok. I don't say that is not possible, but when people coming to you because they decided to sign up, they are already sold. And if people are staying in your newsletter, it means that they have value. So if they have value, you can create content around that to say, oh, I know that you struggle this. This is my solution. When you sign up to my offer, you will have that. So you really need to understand like the basic thing and going with your newsletter is really understanding is comes to the base of what your dream client wants, what transformation they want. And before you telling me, yes, I just started or already making between 5 to 10K and I don't need to have a newsletter is not good. You need to have a newsletter. Of course, you need to have, for example, your social media if you like that. But if you are like this, I say, okay, maybe I'm shy and I'm not ready to always have to go on story. I want to have something more chill and without stressful to have a newsletter and to have the strategy in order to grow your newsletter will help you to really attract high paid clients. If you want to have all the strategy, I have a mini course that is you can see on the description. It's totally free. It's 5 days. Each day you will have an email that will explain you how to change your brand to attract high ticket clients. It's very good. People have results about that. Just sign up. I can guarantee you will change your business. So come back to the podcast. So one thing that I want to think is growing your email list is like to sell your offer is the same thing. So you will need to come to the base of okay, I don't have a website, so what I can do in order to grow my email list. This one is very funny because when I start in my French side, I have a website, I have a freebie, but my freebie doesn't download. So I decided to do the same thing. To don't have a website, but have a freebie in English, and I don't see any result. I was like, I don't understand. I do the same thing. So I find a way in order to have people sign up to grow my email list. So first of all, I did to write on Medium because I love long form content. For me, is the best thing to do to really nurture your audience and to really have people who want the same thing that you want. It means to have stable clients, to have people who are ambitious because let's be real. I know that we are in areas that people love to watch 7 seconds, short video, but I am this type of person who love long form video. I am the type of person who love live, who love podcasts, and who love reading a long book. And I feel like my dream audience loves that. So I found a way to express myself that people understand me and really understand that I can talk about whatever I want. I don't want to be in the box. So I decided to write on Medium and I grow there. I have over there 100 people follow me. And I decided what is nice sometimes with Medium is like when people subscribe to the membership, because you can pay $5 each month to have access to all the people is written. And when people read, there are some commission for the writer. And when they do that via your link, you can have access and people subscribe to you. You can have access to the email list. But after I discover Substack, and Substack I really love. I really like, let's say, love is the big word. I really like Substack because it's not a social media, and there are different types stuff like a Substack. But what I love about Substack is you can have your podcast over there. You can also upload some video over there, and you can write. And I love that because I do some videos sometimes. You can do right now. I feel it's not accessible to everyone, but you can do live over there also, and you can grow your newsletter. And it's the only platform, and I think there are other, but what I know is the only platform that you can have access to the email list of your following, of your subscriber, because you have the concept of Substack, you have following that you don't have access to the newsletter, but when people subscribe to your newsletter, you have access to the email list. And this one is very nice. So I decided to start over there and really write each week 1 to 2 newsletter over there. Is like a blog because people after can also is like also like a blog, so they can see the other article that you write, and people can see okay, is nice. And what is nice, I decided first of all to understand the principle of this platform. So I where it's a platform that people can write. Is different. You have creator, you have writer, you have freelancer, you have coach, you have also artists over there. Then share their knowledge, their personal lives, they share whatever they want to share. They even share some books that they are write, and you can be monetized to make a membership is a little bit feed between 5 to, there are some people doing like 300, even more, because some people doing their courses over there, and you can have some knowledge for free or you can pay a membership. And I see to grow over there, and I start to grow my email list without to have a freebie. And this one is very nice because the concept to understand a freebie, it was for me very difficult because I was like, I want to have something for my community can have something deep. So this one is the first way to grow on your email list without to have a website and without also to have a social media. So this one is very deep. The second thing that I did to increase the chance to have people growing is using Pinterest. Pinterest is not a social media. It's really like a Google, is a church platform. People coming over there, and it's majority of women looking for inspiration, buying stuff. So they're looking for inspiration, they serve board, they share inspiration, or they want to buy. So, and what is nice is Pinterest is the only platform that when you have a pin and people like, they can click to your link, to your website, to your podcast, to your social media, or to your newsletter. And this is what I did. I pinned every day my my newsletter, my landing page, and people can when they find my pin attractive, they click there. And it's a long-term strategy. It's not overnight success. If people are waiting to say, "Oh, I want to have tomorrow 5K," is not working this way. This both strategy, which is Substack and Pinterest, is long-term strategy. If you want to have a prosperous luxurious brand and increase, you need to think about to have a long-term strategy. I know that when you see on social media, they tell you, oh, this girl have an overnight success and is never be an overnight success. I feel like they exist, but it's very rare. When you have is overnight success, you don't know how many this woman fail, how many strategies she try, how many strategy she changed, how many messages she shifts in order to have what she have right now. So never compare yourself. And why I decided to use Pinterest because for my French part of my company, I grow a podcast using only Pinterest. I grow a podcast with more one now to 28K followers without to have 100 people follow me in all my social media. And I use this same strategy for my podcast right now, for my newsletter. I try to see a growth, so I will document this, what I tell you for the last episode. I will do like what you say, but I start to see people coming through Pinterest to my newsletter, to my Substack. And what I forgot to mention is on my Substack, I have two newsletters. I have one that I talk about the same thing here, where I talk about mindset, business strategy, and feminine energy. And I have another one which is more personal, where I talk about my personal life, when I talk about losing weight, blah, 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 what I like on my life. And in the both way, I grow my email list. So you can grow without to have a newsletter. The last way, if you don't want to grow your, you don't have a social media and you want to have an email list, the the best way that I can think is to have a podcast. My podcast helped me to grow my email list. And I don't care about that. You don't have a big audience. I don't have a big English in English. I have less than 1,000 followers, but I still attract people through my podcast. Why? Because I know my people. I know that my podcast it can help you and can grow your email list, but your business. Sorry, but if you want to go deeper, you can check my boss way, my group on my Mademoiselle Mindset on my Substack that I share the tips, everything that I did in order to grow my business. Or you can have my free mini course, how to attract high ticket clients through your content, because I attract my clients through my content. And yes, it can be like, oh, yes, but I don't want to start a podcast. I don't have the people listening. You need to push through. You need to have for many months. I don't have people listening my podcast, and I go through that because I know that my podcast it helped me a lot for me. I created content that I don't see on social media. I create content that I know that when people is looking this, you will say, "Oh my God, I love the way that you think," and I love to talk. So yeah, the the bonus that you can do in order to grow your podcast without to have a website is through your social media. So the first part is without social media. The last part is using social media. So if you don't have a podcast and you don't want to start a podcast, you don't want to start a Substack, and you can have a freebie. And to really design a freebie, you need to understand what your dream client wants, and you need to create an email marketing funnel. For each step, I have an email marketing funnel. You create a freebie that you sell on story, on your TikTok, on your Instagram, on your YouTube, on your Facebook group, that you say that you have a freebie. And this freebie need to be very specific to the pain point or the transformation of your dream client. What they really want, what they're looking for, what they want to have, what is the dream that they want. For example, if you it come through the messaging. If you use the word that, oh, I will help you to transform your life. Oh, I will help you to make more money. How I will help you to be more close to your children is mean nothing. You need to go deeper than that. You need to work into your messages. If you don't know how to do that, you have to wait. The first way is to go to the description and sign up for my mini course. that I will help you for 5 days to create a messages and ask me question over there. The second way, if you want to have close conversation, I have one-to-one that for 1 hour we can discuss and work through your messages, and we can go deeper on that and understand what is your messages. Because sometimes it's not that you are bad to selling, it's because you don't understand what your dream client really wants, and you are using fluffy content. And I can see that with my clients. I see that you need to go deeper to the desire and to have a concrete word what people really want. People don't just want to make more money. If you are a life coach, people don't just want to be confident. It mean anything. People don't just want to have to transform their life. If you are a dating coach, people don't want just to have a healthy relationship. What they really want, you need to go deeper on that, because if you say, "Oh, I want to help you to have a healthy relationship," is mean nothing, because there are thousand and billion people coach doing the same thing as you. You need to be different in order to attract people using the pain point or the desire of your dream client. So I hope that you like this episode. If you like it, don't forget to put a validation. It helps to discover my podcast. Don't forget to share and tag me on Instagram on Alicia Kieko if you like it and you want to share to your audience. And see you. Don't forget to be on true, and see you for the next time.